Russian President Vladimir Putin ordering his troops to move into eastern Ukraine in a major and dangerous escalation. Putin announcing he's sending so-called peacekeepers into breakaway regions of Ukraine controlled by pro-Russian rebels. It comes after he recognized their independence from Ukraine today in a highly provocative move. These are Moscow-backed separatists who have been fighting Ukraine's military for 8 years now. In a fiery speech that was broadcast across Russia and the world, Putin demanded and warned Ukraine to cease all combat operations against the rebels. Otherwise, Putin said, the responsibility for continuing the bloodshed will lay on the shoulders of the Ukrainian regime. Putin also essentially laid claim to Ukraine. He said Ukraine is not just a neighboring country, it's an integral part of our history, culture. Modern Ukraine was entirely created by Russia, by Bolshevik communist Russia, to be exact. Now, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky preparing to address his own nation tonight as fears rise of an imminent invasion. We begin tonight with NBC's Matt Bodner in Moscow.
President Putin today gave an hour-long speech, historic essentially in scope, that concluded in the recognition of those two breakaway Ukrainian republics as independent states. Before he did that, though, he spent a lot of time giving his own version, his own very specific interpretation of Russia's history, of Ukraine's history, essentially overall an airing of grievances, if you will, that included claims that Ukraine, NATO, and the West as a whole are responsible for aggression against Russia, and saying that it is only a matter of time, in his view, that Ukraine joins NATO, essentially uniting anti-Russian forces in his worldview. And he also made a lot of points about how he does view NATO as anti-Russian, kind of giving this anecdotal tale of asking Bill Clinton in 2000 if Russia could join NATO, and being rebuffed on that point, and saying that he doesn't think it matters what Russia actually does at this point, recognize these republics go into Ukraine or not, that Russia will be sanctioned all the same. And he concluded his remarks by insisting that he believes the Russian people, the patriotic Russian people, will be with him. Kelly?